here. Hi, Retech. Hi, Super. Hello, Mashiro. So, yes, I was late because of the neck. I was supposed to start at 12, but like around like 11, one Neko decided to, sleep on my legs. Okay, so I was like, okay, it's fine. It's still early. There's still an hour left. And then she left like, what do you call it? Well, it's not 11, but I think it was 11:15 or something, or some stuff like that. But yeah. She left like around 11:30. And then when I was about to stand up, this time the void came near my arm. And she slept on my arm. So I was like disabled. I was one-handed for like another 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes. I didn't expect her to stay that long. And then I was free by 11:45, and I quickly made the thumbnail for and scheduled the stream, but I wasn't able to get any food because I was supposed to like by 11:15 I was supposed to create the thumbnail and schedule the stream, then get some food. But no, the Nekos, they didn't allow me, guys. They didn't. So now I'm munching on some, pieces of corn that it's like buttered corn but cheese flavoring. But yeah, that was what happened earlier. But yes, I wasn't able to move, they, especially when they're like sleeping and staring at you, like how do you resist those adorable eyes? So I had no choice but to just wait for them to manually get up and free me. But thank goodness though, they freed me before like 12, or else I wouldn't be able to stream around this time. Nekos being Nekos. Anyway, the game that we're gonna play today is the first time that I'm opening the game, so I don't really know anything about it, except that it says we're an escaped android, and I don't know. It's a dice RPG, I think, but I don't know what we would say a dice RPG is. It's like, I don't know, is it similar to like Baldur's Gate or something? Honestly, I'm not so sure. I have no idea what this game is about, but I guess we'll find out. Has anyone of you played Citizen Sleeper? But, can you give me some insights of what the game is about and how, because I'm going in blind. I didn't try to learn it, so it's just my first time. So you can see my, what do you call this? The reaction as the first time playing the game, I guess. But yeah, so let's just go to the game scene for now. Ta-da! There we go. The audio is pretty good. I don't know if I can use my controller. Can I use my controller here? Oh yeah, I can. Tutorials on recommended difficulty can be changed anytime from the pause menu. For those focused on the story, a low risk option. Broken dice are worth 1. Higher stress tolerance, death is disabled. The intended difficulty for those happy to be challenged. Broken dice cannot be used. standard stress tolerance, death incurs a significant penalty. I'm not used to dice RPGs, so I'm not sure if I should go for the risky or the safe route. Definitely not going for the dangerous one. I guess we can go risky for now, and if it's too tough, we can go back to safe. Since we can change the, the difficulty later on. Ooh! I was wondering why I'm not hearing any music. Apparently it's my thing. No, Neko, no. Hmm. I don't even know which to choose. Okay, so if we're a machinist, are built to repair and modify automated systems used in corporate resource extraction. Machinists are very skilled engineers, but their isolated work means they often struggle with tasks requiring a direct approach or social engagement. Their focus skill allows them to focus on a single task and boost their dice to excel in it. Sleepers are assigned to. Okay. Hmm. Operator. Operator sleepers are built to work with drones and remote machines over local networks to perform corporate resource extraction from a distance. Operators have expertise in working with interfaces and computer systems but are more physically fragile than other sleepers. Their reboot skills allows them to hack their own systems to reroll dice, a risky but potential powerful move. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. Why do I like the operator? Extractor sleepers are built to work at the coal face of corporation resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Extractors have a high level of physical endurance, but their confidence means they struggle with tasks requiring intuition. Their rally skill allows them to motivate those in their team, boosting their crew device. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Let me go with the operator, guys. Why operator? Because I relate to the operator, with the physically fragile thingy. I can, I agree with, I feel you. We're like the same. That was loud. In the moment before waking, the dark space before conscious thought, you struggle to find the pieces of yourself. Crypto, fuel, supplies, cryo. Okay. Usually, these pieces come with a particular cadence, each appearing sequentially like the boot process of an old terminal. First, your body, artificial, compromised, but relaying sense data all the same. Hello, Sonnet! What do you mean? What do you mean? You see, I seem strong. You could say mentally, but physically, mm-mm. I don't work out, remember? Remember? I'm munching. Then its context, the breeze of air filtration, the soft contact of your breath in 0G. Oh, zero gravity? See, that's why I said I don't work out. I don't have enough energy to work out, but in order to gain that energy, you have to work out. So I don't even know. It's like an endless dilemma, an endless cycle, Sonic. Then emotion, coming into focus, coming into your body, bringing with it that first instinct, the one that has framed your past 100 cycles. Fear. They don't like to go out. Super. They're scared of the outside world. They're like me. They rather stay home. The only time that I go out is if if people like are asking me to hang out or stuff like that. What? Hello. Ask how Kay does it, how she does it. She'd be working out with her little body roller. They sound a lot like their mother. Yes, super. Yes, they do. The Neko is here. I finished 2 of my snacks and now I got some more replenishment. I don't know if you heard her, but she meowed. Yeah, she's meowing. Yeah. What do you want? The void, guys. The void is here. But yeah, guys. The only time I get out of the house is if, friends invite me to hang out. I think I need to throw my trash for now, cause the Neko is here, and okay, you just stay there if that's what you want, okay, Neko? But no going to my trash, okay? No going to the thingies. Just stay there, be the good Neko that you are, since you are the void, and my void is very nice, right? Void. The cuteness aggression. No! Free man, no! Oh no. Guys, I'm trapped. He took hostage with one. One of my hands is now in a hostage. She pressed her forehead on my palm, and now she's sleeping. Now what? I'm gonna have to do it one-handed. Oh, you're picking us. Oh, you're continuing with the thing now, super, huh? Nope, I don't. Nope, Sonic, I don't dance. I suck at dancing. I'd rather sing than dance. Good luck picking a school, super good luck. Choose a school that's pretty much, connected to your what you want to take. Something. Okay, my hand is okay. Anyway, let's continue. While you guys haven't replied yet, I'ma continue reading this thing. But that familiar sequence does not arrive. Instead, you're unmoored in space, your body distant, your context silent, even your emotions somehow obscured and scattered. Among all that disarray, only one familiar thing arrives: the fear. The fear. It is a scrambled, panicked fear. The drowning fear, the falling fear, the fear that makes you reach desperately for any stable point. Okay, everything is about fear. It is the fear that tells you something is wrong. Something is very wrong with you. Okay, something is wrong with me. Wake up, sleeper. The voice is the voice is whispered in your ear. An act that makes you suddenly aware of your head, pulsing in pain, your body rigid with tension. Sleeper, a familiar name, a mind copied, emulated, a body built, implanted. One person sleeping until their death is worked away. So, my only purpose is to work away my debt. That's it? That's just it? That is so annoying. They're double being made to work, to be consumed, and eventually to be destroyed. A proxy, an emulation, a sleeper. That is what you are. But you escaped. You remember that now. Broke free of your corporate creators. It's an ARP. It's an ARP. In search of a future. You cannot remember the details of your escape, but you know the fear has been with you ever since. Tan, you're awake now. You left your head. My hand is now free. But let me clean your eyes. Okay, your eyes are clean now, Neko Tantan. All of a sudden, you remember you have eyes. How could you forget you have eyes? Is that something, forgettable? Neko Tantan, she's asking me to scratch her chin. Oh, and now I'm scratching it for all of it. And your eyes flicker open. Pale eyes in a pale face. Lane. The name comes with its own specific sensation of fear. One you recoil from instinctively. Sorry to interrupt, a sharp smirk, but this ends here. You search your mind for more than a name. Is this how you reward me for my generosity? Lane is leaning over your horizontal floating body, looking down into your eyes. I took you in, protected you, gave you a purpose. You try to look away, to the corners of your vision, to find something you understand. Your body does not respond. But I suppose that wasn't enough. You reach into the pocket of his jacket and retrieves a small vial. This wasn't enough. The vial glitters. This object you know and have known for a long time. Stabilizer. The drug that keeps your artificial body, your emulated mind, from inevitable decay. The only balm for your planned obsolescence. The liquid rolling in the vial fills you with disgust. Lane pockets the vial, but it would be wasted on you now, after what you have done to this body of yours. He looks at you with a palpable disgust. Lane's eyes scan your body, and as they do, you become aware of the wires and tubes attached to you. Those that were meant to free you from your dependence, from the stabilizer and the control it grants Lane. And she took my hand as a hostage again, guys. Yeah, what? I want stabilizer, not stabilizer. It's cooler, you know? What? It sounds more posh, Ace. It like stabilizer looks sounds What? That sounds more posh, cause you know, like it's something else, not just the normal thingy. They are free, you piece of doo-doo. They don't need you anymore. The voice comes from somewhere behind Lane's head. It is a voice you know. That is how nobility works. They want to say it their way. They do it. Yes. It is a voice you know, but when you search your mind to try to understand why, you only find dizzying darkness. Hello, Kotapa! Notice the one thing I like about the voice. Instead of like stepping on the keyboard, she jumped across the keyboard. Not to step on anything. And she didn't step on anything. She didn't press anything. That's why I like that voice. She's just so smart, guys. She knows what not to do and what to do. Shut him up. Lane barks the command, and you hear the sounds of impact, of pain, from elsewhere in the room. You try to move your limbs again, and this time you feel a flicker, the twitch of a finger. You feel the extension and compression of synthetic muscle. Free, are you? Lane smirks. You were free when I disabled your tracker, when I gave you the stabilizer you need. He scans your body and with angry eyes. Now you aren't free, you are just broken. Good afternoon, Ira! Come on, look, if I read that with when I give you the stabilizer, nah, it sounds much better with if you add the H. No? It's like I have stability, the ability to stab. Oh, thanks for the sub. Beans? I had such big plans for you, Sleeper. I invested in you. Lane grips your arm hard and you feel a jolt of reaction. You will the arm to move, but you have ruined all that. Why, Ace? Lane speaks louder over the sound of the struggle behind him. I will try to preserve your body, of course. I have my own uses for it, but your emulation? You feel one of his hands searching behind your head. He finds and grips the thick cable running into the port at the base of your skull. I will burn that out. Oh! Oh no! Lane jerks forward, slamming across your body, then spinning away out of sight. You feel yourself rolling, the cables plug into you, looping and wrapping around your limbs. Oh, who's this guy? Your mysterious savior. He's question mark, question mark, question mark. Then you feel hands steadying you, pulling cables. You glance around wildly and see someone diligently unplugging you. You meet his eyes. Hey! Hey! He waves a hand in your dazed face. We need to move. Lane won't be out long. He unloops the cable from around your wrist. Sleeper? Help me out here. You blink slowly. Do you know this person? He leans over you and you feel his hands on the connector, flicking switches, releasing locks. Come on, come on, come on. He tugs the connector clear and pulls you up. You see the room you are in for the first time, filled with tech and terminals. Wires waving everywhere, all lit by big windows looking out on an impossibly bright screen-filled street beyond. In the corner, you see the dark shape of a floating body surrounded by a glittering constellation of crimson bubbles. Is that blood? Move! You are wrestled and shoved towards the door, which lights open in front of you, and then you're out in all that brightness, all that movement, gliding hard towards some unknown destination. You come to a stop in a dark alley. The one who guided you here, pausing to catch his breath. He doubles over beside a massive life support unit that sends a lukewarm breeze across your skin. You stare at him, trying to recall anything about him. You notice his tattered jacket, his lightweight clothes. You remember the station runs hot. Something about the power that flows through the place. He looks up and meets your eye. What's going on, sleeper? He wipes sweat from his forehead and it floats away in a swarm of spears. Talk to me. Who are you? You see a concerned frown on across his face. Don't mess with me, sleeper. That's not funny. He comes closer, eyeing you carefully. What station are we on? He narrows his eyes, waits for the answer. You close your eyes, trying to recall. You force your way through the dark to the image of a station. No, a city. Growing on the back of a vast set of hexagonal solar cells. Shadowed by them. You open your eyes. Dark side. The word leaves your mouth like an exhale. An instinct. Before you heard yourself sound it out, you didn't know it was there. He sighs. And me? Who am I? You see something like fear in his eyes. Panic, perhaps. Stare hard at his face. The slight upturn of his mouth. The intensity of his stare. Nothing comes. He closes his eyes and drops his head, putting a hand to his temple. The reboot. He is speaking quietly to himself. Lane interrupted the process and he lifts his head and stares at you. We need to keep going. We need to leave. He turns and kicks off down the alley. Come on, the rig can't be far. As you are led through the passages and service bay of the station, you try to recall your life here. The texture, the temperature of Darkside feels familiar, but you struggle to pin specific memories to it. Focusing hard, you recall waking up in these passages, cycle after cycle, the rhythms of the station flowing over you along with the crowds. You recall desperation and the slow decay of your body that caused it. Then Lane, those pale eyes, offering you a glittering vial, stabilizer, the promise of supplying more for your work. A deal he locked you into like a cage. There your memory fails you. But in the dark beyond that moment, the residue of panic, of fear, remains. You were Lane's prisoner. Most likely retake, most likely. Just like, what's it called? Rogue Trader! But I guess without the long loading screens. Lane's plaything. You shudder in the cold passage. Wait. Your guide holds up a hand, and you stop your glide using the wall. Ahead, you see the tunnel opens up into a wide open bay, with a few doors leading to cylindrical tunnels. The docks. She's trying to get my attention. Brain frying incoming. Hello, Mickey do Momo. They're watching the rig. He nods towards the docks, and you see one of the doors has a couple of figures flanking it. One covered in ornate tattoos. Yes, Nikota. What? He getting distracted with her noisy. I didn't expect her to say Rogue Trader. I think that'll be Rogue Trader. It's cause I am happy, Ace. There's the Nikunan here. The void is here. Are you gonna leave now? Go open the door. Okay, you can open it. Come on. Come on. What? You can do it on your own. She wants me to. She's being like a baby. She wants me to open the door for her, even though she can do it. But it has a lot of reading, Ira. A lot of... Yes? What does the Neko want? She's so loud. I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's loud. Yes. What does the Neko-tan want? What? Just go open the door if you wanna go out. I know you can do it. Oh yeah, the one. The other with bright silver implants along their cheekbones. Utsubo. I didn't expect a Japanese name. Lane's guys. He looks at you and shakes his head in frustration. All this, it's not coming back to you, is it? Something catches your eye, and you see he is playing with the coin, nervously turning it over and over in his fingers. He sees you looking and slips it away. He places a hand on his chest. I'm Seraphine. All right. He looks pained when he speaks. Lane, he was our captor. Both of us. We did this so we could escape. We needed to reboot to break your dependence on stabilizer. He pauses. You know what that is, right? You nod meekly. But Lane interrupted me back there. The reboot didn't complete and... He sighs and shakes his head. We can still make this work. He looks back at the docks. I'll lead him away. You get the docking bridge open. If you make it to the rig, I know how to get us in. Got that? He searches your face for a sign of recognition. What's the rig? See, she was able to open the door, guys. And now she left the room. Bye, Nikutan! See you in a bit, because I know you're gonna come back here to bother me. Seraphine looks annoyed. A ship. Our ship. Or at least it soon will be. Lane assigned it to us when we were on jobs for him. Get that door open. He pats you on the shoulder. I know you can do this. Seraphine kicks off hard and glides into the docks. Over here, doo-doo heads. He bows to the guards as he barrels through. They immediately push off from the wall, giving chase. Oh. Tutorial. Wait, let me read the thing. You wait a breath, then glide across to the door they were guarding. You look, already panicked, at the tightly sealed door. Its control panel locked out. You hear a shout from somewhere nearby. You need to get it open. During scenes, you may encounter skill checks where you can perform certain actions using your skills. Like the dice actions you will encounter later, skill checks can have a positive, neutral, or negative outcome. The better the rating of your skill, the more likely you will succeed on a check. The odds of success are displayed when you select the check. You can see more info in the guide section of the pause menu. Negative. Internal outcome, you passed. You shift to the control panel, trying to understand the readout. The door is on emergency lockdown. Somewhere you hear more shouting. Your fingers hover over the key. He's almost back. You switch to the administration layer and begin flooding the door operation system with spoof requests, desperately hammering the controls. The control OS crashes and the door judders halfway open before failing. Go! Go! Seraphine flies past you, through the doorway into the docking tunnel. You turn to see the two guards approaching fast across the docks, and quickly glide after Seraphine. Seraphine is already at the rig's door, inputting an entry code. The rig's door scissors open and you both rush inside. Quickly! Seraphine grabs you by the arm and drags you up to the cockpit, the ship's layout hazy in your mind. He dumps you in a flight seat and straps himself into his own. You see him tap a series of buttons as he does, talking to himself. Come on. The rig's drive rumbles into life, and Seraphine slams a button on the console. You feel the force of the ship's acceleration as it pulls away. We managed to escape. Yeah! See, she's back. Hello, Ashi! Yes, Putan. What? It's noisy. The ship glides into place on the connecting bridge, its automatic systems nudged there by the port's docking protocols. You feel a sense of relief. Seraphine burned hard out of dark side, and you dropped in and out of consciousness in your seat as the rig made its way across the boat. But now, with open space between you and Lane, you feel fresher, more awake. Seraphine breaks the silence. We're good, sleeper. His eyes don't leave the monitor, and you realize this part of your escape is routine for him. You and he must have docked this ship countless times in your work for late. The problem is you don't remember any of them. There's finally options. I'm lowering down the volume. Oh, here's the guide. Right now, let's just switch. Let's just remain too risky. But if it feels too tough, we go to safe. But we stick to risky for now. The problem is, you don't remember any of them. Yes, it's just an intro so far. We made it, he whispers, closing his eyes and letting out a sigh. He certainly did. He turns and you see a pained look on his face, as if remembering something difficult. Have you said this exact thing to him before? In the same situation? Are you okay? He looks at you, chewing one side of his lip, searching your face. Not really. He puffs. Seraphine reaches up, flicking through a set of switches in a practiced fashion, completing the shutdown. You watched, a little frustrated with your own uselessness. Running the rig, you realize, is just another thing you've forgotten. I like that Seraphine's description is troubled, stubborn, and on the run. We're still in the intro era. Intro. A clunk that runs through the walls of the ship is followed by a short percussive alarm tone from the pilot's console. Docking complete. Seraphine kicks off from his seat, twisting as he glides past you through the back of the cockpit. His hands find the rails on either side of the door and he pauses, facing into the corridor beyond. He turns back to you, backlit and cold cyan. We need a plan. He glances around. Lane's not going to let us slip away quietly. He sighs. We need to talk. Seraphine furrows his brow. Not now, sleeper. We need to forget. He flinches, the words coming out wrong. We need to focus on something other than that. Other than... Pauses again, unsure. Us. We need to survive this thing first, then maybe we can talk. Fine by me. Seraphine nods, but the tension remains. We have bought ourselves some time. He glances through the cockpit window at the blinking lights of the station. You may not remember Hexport, but I do. And there are plenty of opportunities here for us, if we can keep our heads down. He turns back to the corridor. That's what we'll do. Oh, good luck with work. Good luck. And take care going to work. He pushes off and glides towards the main lock, and you follow, pulling yourself along, hand over hand in 0G. We already emptied the tank on this thing. He slaps a hand against the ship's insides. So, we need fuel. We need to refuel, and that won't be cheap. But if you and I know one thing, Sleeper, it's how to work. I'm gonna get myself reacquainted, see if I can turn up any old connections, people that might throw us an easy contract. He glances back over his shoulder. You keep out of trouble. Low profile. Got it. Seraphine stops at the airlock, stopping the reboot halfway through. He pulls a worn crew jacket from a locker and starts pulling it on. We don't know what that did to you. He jams an arm into a sleeve. I don't want you passing out in... He stops. I'll be fine. Seraphine drops his head, swearing to himself. He grabs another crew jacket and thrusts it at you. Just put the damn hood up, will you? You take it and slip it on. Thank you. Seraphine nods. He stabs at the button to press the lock. The inner door hisses open, and Seraphine glides through. Wait for a little bit, then leave. Anyone looking for us will be looking for two people traveling together. He looks at you in your worn crew jacket, a limited disguise for what is clearly a sleeper. Hello, Taco. Your name reminded me of Taco. Good luck at your work. And I hope you will have a wonderful time there. We meet back here later. Any trouble? Any trouble? Same thing. Meet here. He surveys your disguise again and shakes his head. This is a poopy. This is a doo-doo idea. He gives you one last look. Maybe find yourself something to eat. Suddenly you recognize Seraphine's instinct to look after you. A flash of a relationship now lost to the reboot. I wonder who Seraphine to us, guys. Catch. Seraphine throws a handful of something towards you. You manage to grab the projectiles, and when you open your hand, you see a stack of cryo chits. Those should get you some food. We'll need some more for fuel and supplies. He grimaces. That means odd job on the station for both of us. Seraphine kicks off and glides down the docking bridge. Don't go too far, alright? He shouts as he leaves. Take it slow. And with that, he is gone, leaving the connecting bridge and heading into Hexport's docking concourse. You wait for a moment in silence. Make a plan. You try to think ahead to what might be coming. You'll need work. That's the first step. But what then? Lane will be coming eventually. The sooner you can put some distance between you and Hexport, the better. So that's the plan. Rest, resupply, and run. Triple R! You shake the thoughts from your head and pull the jacket tight. Let's see what Hexport has to offer. You kick off and glide into port. Welcome to Citizen Sleeper 2. Starward Vector. The game runs in cycles, during which you can perform actions with your dice. Use cryo to buy food, fuel, supplies, and items. Progress clocks toward new scenes and events. You can review tutorials at any time in the guide section of the pause menu. Scroll the station, rotate the view. Character scene. You can upgrade your skills to improve your skill modifier. When upgrading your push, only one upgrade at each level can be active at once. Okay. No dice damage on push reroll. Reroll plus 1 dice. Okay. I guess we go here for now. In Citizen Sleeper 2, you perform actions by assigning action dice to them. The higher the dice you assign, the more likely you will succeed at an action, but your dice will be modified by your skill. Your skill modifier for the action is displayed on the right and will reduce or increase the value of the dice assigned to the action. Like skill checks, dice actions have 3 outcomes: positive, negative, and neutral. Each action is also rated safe, risky, or dangerous based on the outcome it has. The more dangerous an action is, the more significant both its reward and consequences are. For more information on dice actions, check the guide section of the pause menu. Select an action with X and plus the arrow keys. Then select the dice you wish to use. Items, okay. Danger, risky. But I only have 2. The data impress the brokers. The data brokers are the heart of the exchange. They show off their knowledge by discussing the decryption. Maybe if we can talk the talk. Oh no, it became risky. Then 50% positive, 50% neutral. Positive! Yay! Positive outcome! Let's go! Your progress the clock. Clock track your progress. Clock track your. Oh, now what? Oh, I need 2 more? Right? Cat to cruise. There are plenty of crews milling around source of info. Oh, here's the thing. Buy supplies. I can. Ow, ow, ow. We got the full supplies. Let's see. Let's just try. Maybe it will work. Woo! Oh no, it's negative outcome. Oh well. You have established a presence here and the progress seems to be a little more comfortable around you. Oh, we're already done with this thing. Okay. Oh, the canteen. The rig is your ship and home in Starward Belt. While the rig is docked at the hub, there are multiple areas you can visit. Use dice to reduce stress. Use supplies to regain energy. Other locations will unlock as you play. While the rig is in a dock at the hub, your crew will also help to gather resources to contribute to the upkeep of the ship. You can choose which resources they should focus on in the crew task menu to the left. They have. Oh, okay. Okay. Seraphin. Let me check the kitchen. Kitchen! Make a meal. What this? Oh, we gotta input it. No! No. Here you can eat in exchange for cryo. Eating gives you energy and stops you starving. Different food gives you different amount of energy. 13. I don't have enough money. I wasted it in buying supplies. Mm. Now, what do we do? Do we end the cycle? Because our what's it called? Our dice are pretty meh. Why don't we have fuel? I thought I bought. Oh, I didn't buy fuel. Let's try just this one. If he's not good, then yeah. Oh, oh no, it's negative outcome. No, spotting you are a sleeper, a crew shots. Okay, fine. Okay, I leave. I will sleep. Oh, it's per cycle. I slip. Oh, we're in trouble, sleeper. Seraphim leans into the bunks as you are getting up. Without further explanation, he disappears down the corridor towards the rear of the ship. You drift out into the passage, pulling on your clothes and gliding down the length of the rig. The cool air making you shiver. Seraphim is a silhouette silently leading the way. He stops at the far end, diverting through a side door, shooting you a glance as he does. You find Seraphine inside, holding one of a tangle of arm-thick tubes that are waving in the zero-G engine room. You know what these are? Fuel pipes? Seraphine shrugs. Close enough. These are the engine's feed lines. He waves one in the air. And before you ask, no, they aren't supposed to be waggling hooves. What happened? This must have broken loose when we pushed the ship hard on our way out of Darkside. He looks at the mess. We are lucky the reserve tank is empty, otherwise... He shakes his head. It would have been bad. But... He pushes the pipe to the side. No feed from the reserve tank means that the rig's range is limited to the local region only. So... He thumps the large lumpen housing off the engine. This thing can take us anywhere far, so we fix it? Seraphine sighs. That's the short of it. Seraphine whacks the engine housing again, harder this time. Just not been our run of luck. He turns and starts gathering the tangled feed lines, his frustration evident in the violence of his movements. We will need a new set of these, that's for sure. He starts forcing them into a crate. So, how about you try to track him down? I'll take a look at things here and see if I can figure out another fix for the reserve tank. He glances up from his work. From what I've heard on Export, Factory Row is the place to find shift fitters. Maybe you can do some recon while I sort this place out. It's on the other end of the station. Okay, I'll take a look. Seraphine keeps working. Wait. Seraphine pauses, seemingly unsure. There's something else. He drops the feed lines and they float, waving in the air like tubular seaweed. I've heard word that Lane's on the hunt. Oh no, we're being chased by that guy. Hello, Marvin. Hello, Spacey boy. He frowns. A message went out everywhere in the local regions of Darkside. He's looking for us. And we can't leave. Exactly. Seraphine sighs, which is why we need those feed lines. I'm going to try to work something out. Maybe I can improvise a solution. I don't know. I'm no ship fitter. But while I do, you go hunting. See what you can turn up, okay? He smiles a weak smile. Get going. You leave the engine room, the clanking sound of Seraphine's cleanup efforts echoing through the ship. Fuel feed lines. That's the next step. You take a deep breath and head out. You have discovered a drive. Drives help you track and choose your objectives in Citizen Sleeper 2. The arrow button in the top left opens the drive menu, where you can choose which drive to track. Once a drive is tracked, a yellow marker will be placed above any location that relates to that drive. Drives come in two types, major and minor. On completion, a minor drive rewards 2 upgrade points, and major drive rewards 2 upgrade points, and a minor rewards 1. Keep an eye on the drive menu as you progress to see what new opportunities and objectives are available, and track those you want to pursue. Whoa, we gotta escape. The Vector owners of the rows speak mostly in terms of supply and demand, but going door to door might help you find the ship fitter you need. This one is already... oh, good. You can buy fuel. The canteen. Oh, since we've already... good source of info. Oh, it's engaged, that's why. What here? Intuition. Endure. No. Search the road. %100% positive. +2. Trusted supplier. It's just a little around scrap contracts, and the factory owners respond well to the haggling, eager to meet your challenges. Yay! You have a little trust with the factories. Now the trick is to not waste it. Factory row howls as you glide through its cramped passages. Whatever its many bays and rooms once were, they now serve as containers for industry of every kind. Nope. She left, Freeman. She left. Whirring manufactories precisely engineer components with rapidly shifting arms, while scrappers hammer incessantly at bent ship plates. Everywhere you look, there is energy and activity, and for good reason. Export itself is built on the derelict fragments of a solar reflector, and even the small amount of energy generated by its mirrors is enough to power a city of machines. It is familiar to you, of course, in a strange, far-off way, because of Darkside. That place and mere memories of it are a muddy haze, but it is hard to forget the glint of its hexagonal reflectors, 10 or 20 times more in number than Hexport's, and that wild flickering city growing on their back like a tumult. In comparison, Hexport feels provincial, but deep in Factory Row, you could almost be back in Darkside. And then you see them. Tubes just like those Seraphine had waved in your face. The feed lines! You push over to the display window of the unit, marked Karsten Supply in block capitals cut from hull plate. There, amongst the angled shelf of oversized ship components, sit the feed lines, like some large biomechanical tangle of snakes. You slip inside, where the sound of Factory Row is a little screen, and spot a large figure working at a bench, hunched over concentrating. It doesn't seem to notice you. Enter. Hello? A sharp eye glints at as the figure looks over his shoulder. Can I help you? His accent is heavy but unknown to you. Nice. How those feed lines? How much? There's a sharp clink as Karsten places his tools and the components against a magnetic plate on the wall. He turns with surprising grace and begins cleaning his hands on a cloth. Those sharp eyes scan you. But Karsten's thick-set features do not betray the results of his assessment. Custom built those. For a client that never collected. He looks at his hands while he speaks, checking for stray oil stains. You have one of the old MEVs then. He sounds out the letters in a way you don't recognize as he speaks. You try to recall anything you know about your ship, but the memories elude you. Perhaps Seraphine should have come along. I think so. Karsten squints a little. Right. Look. Karsten drifts over to where you are standing, his imposing height evident. For a fellow enthusiast like you, he continues in a distinctive monotone. Let's say a few hundred cryo on clean chits. He shoots a glance at the feed lines. 400, let's say, to be precise. I don't have 400. Karsten looks you up and down and sniffs. It's expensive, I know. It's a shame, but it's just what they are worth. He screws up his mouth a little into something that might be a smile. However, I'm more of the bartering type myself, anyway. Bartering sounds good. Karsten nods sagely. There's a little favor I need a crew for, and well, you look like you might be a good fit. He tucks the cloth away in a pocket, clasps his hand. I know of an old Solheim wreck out there. Very old, pre-collapse. It's tucked away in a dead zone, so no one has ever really cut it. He shrugs. Not only that, but Solheim derelicts have a habit of triggering nasty security protocols when approached by an unfamiliar ship, so it's been left well alone. But a salvager like you, with an old Solheim rig, I bet it wouldn't even flinch if it saw you coming. He smiles. So we're gonna have to do something in exchange for the thing, but collecting 400 cryo takes a long time, so I think this is much better. I have a special interest, a need for that old tech. All the Solheim ships have a data core. And while I don't care about the accounting reports or material ledgers, or whatever they kept on that thing, I do care about the hardware. So, if I was to find you back here with that data core in your cargo hold, clean cut and complete, well then I could see my way to doing a straight barter for those feed lines. Karsten pauses, sniffs at the air again. You just need the coordinates. Why do you want it? Special interest. You wait for more, but his flat expression tells you it isn't coming. So you interested? He glances back at his workbench. Because I'm a businessman, I'll do it. Alright then. He holds out a heavy hand for you to shake, and as you automatically reach out, he grabs your forearm instead. Karsten pulls you closer, squeezing your arm. Let's keep this one between us, alright? He half smiles, his face huge and close. It's our deal. Before you can respond, he thumbs a little drive into your palm, those coordinates. And then he lets go of your arm with what you swear is a wink. You take a moment to gather yourself, and by the time you do, a whirring fills the air. Karsten has returned to his workbench. You turn and glide out of Karsten's supply with a growing mix of anxiety and excitement in the pit of your stomach, and the cacophony of factory row in your ears. A contract. Seraphine might even be impressed. You look at the drive in your palm and smile. This could be a route out. You think of leaving this place behind in possession of an improved ship too. Suddenly, a small but firm hand falls on your back, an equally small voice coming with it. Hey, wait up. Junie! You turn in the passage to see a young woman, her hair waving from the rapid glide. She clearly just came out off to catch you. She steadies herself using your shoulder. Sorry. She smiles a quick and flat smile. Wanted to catch you. I'm Junie. Her dark eyes flick around nervously and notice the portable terminal she carries. Something data scrapers call a deck. And her backpack full of components and trailing wires. Do I know you? She pauses, confused by the question. No? She pauses again. Karsten, she starts. Still catching her breath. He sent me to grab you. She smiles that flat smile again. Wants me to come with you on that job. Her eyes shoot down in the drive in the palm of her hand. She smiles again. Why didn't he tell me? She glances back towards Carson. I guess he forgot. He does that sometimes. She looks sheepishly at you. He just grabbed me after you two were done talking, so... Carson's always sending me on things like this. I guess he wants me to help you out. Keep an eye on things. She pauses. I can be pretty helpful. So, she looks around the passage. Should I meet you at your ship and you can tell me when you're ready to go? I'm not sure. She looks nervous. Sure. I mean, you aren't sure when you are leaving? I'm not sure you're coming. She pauses, thinking. I mean, Carson said I need to go. She glances back in the shop's direction, and he does get pretty mad when people don't do what he asks. She shrugs. Let's see. Okay. He glances around. Carson doesn't like waking, but it's up to you. Junie pushes off and waves. Looking forward to working with you. She calls back as an afterthought. What about the ship? Oh, I'll find it. You watch her go, glad of the contract but nervous too. Will Carson keep up his side of the bargain if you deliver? Oh no! Maybe we shouldn't have let her join us, because I have a bad feeling about her. I don't know about this sleeper. Seraphine looks nervously out of the rig's window as you finish explaining Carden's deal and Karsten's deal, as well as Junie's offer of help. If this job was easy, Carson would have done it himself already. That means there's a catch. He frowns at the stars, and there's definitely something going on with this Junie girl. He shakes his hand. What choice do we have? What if we could get the cryo together to buy the feed lines? Is that even possible? I found the contract board at the exchange further in station. We take a job that might get us some of the way towards buying those feed lines. Plus, even if we do want to take Carson's job, a bit of money to get ourselves prepared wouldn't be a bad idea. Fill up on fuel, supplies will be ready for whatever comes. Do we have the time? Probably not, but without cryo for fuel and supplies, we aren't going anywhere. Just take a look at the contract board, see what you think. While you're at it, you might want to see if you can scare up some freelance crew too. Many hands make light work and all that. Or we stop messing around, we take Carson's job right now and get it done before he can think twice. Seraphine yawns. Seems like a whole set of bad options to me. Either way, I've still got work to do on the drive. Seraphine nods a farewell, heading back to the engine room. Let me know what you decide. For a moment, you pause. Berto, good morning. Letting the haze of plans and ideas settle in your mind. Suddenly, you curl up, pain shooting along your spine. You grit your teeth, your muscle locked tight. Your vision narrows as you squeeze your eyes shut. You feel a shift, as if some connection has broken. It's almost impossible to describe, like you're floating away from your body, dispersing, dissolving. There's nothing familiar in the pain, nothing to hold on to. You grit your teeth. And then another shift comes, and you are back in your body, crumbling against the metal wall of the passage. The pain slowly fades, becoming a pulsing throb, and then a residual flicker. You flex in 0G, stretching out the tension. There's a strange sensation of distance that persists beyond the pain. A disconnection between your body and yourself. A flickering numbness that refuses to recede. You wonder if the reboot has done something to your body, or if this is some new sensation you will have to live with indefinitely. It strikes you that you know so little about the body that houses you. It could be moments away from collapse, or it might persevere for countless cycles like this. You try to shake off the feeling, pushing your hands against each other until they feel like they are yours again. Time is the only thing you need, and right now, it looks like it's running out fast. I feel so sorry for a character. You head for the airlock. You have work to do. You have unlocked the contract. Open the map screen to view it. Contracts are high-risk, high-reward jobs. that you and your crew can take on. Contracts require preparation and care to succeed. You'll need to gather enough fuel to travel, gather as many supplies, look for opportunities to recruit temporarily or permanently. Consider which crew to take carefully. They have different skills and stresses. Stress resistance, okay. 400. Well, we could. All scrappers have paid data diffusal work to offer as out. Fly signal. Oh, contract on maps. Okay, we get that. We keep that. What's my engage thing? Post one. Man, ain't that annoying? Let's hope it's at least neutral. Okay, neutral. New location discovered. Play star and stroker. Hello, Marvin. Aww. Oh, data diffusal. Let's hope. Neutral, okay. Neutral. Can I just throw away this dice? Pretty useless, you know? Oh yeah, the feed lines, okay. Even the recovery thing. Well, our stress get no more dice, so ooh. Nice job. okay? As you are gliding across the docking concourse, you hear a scuffle. The noise of raised voices cuts through the conversation drifting out of the dockside shops. Glancing down an alley, you see a huddle of figures shouting back and forth. You spot one man in the middle of the group, surrounded, pushing the others back as they grab at the bag slung over his shoulder. You look around for something that could break up the fight and see a thick cling pipes running down the alleyway. You quickly try to understand the system and choose a valve to start spinning. As you do, the system begins to vent in sequence down the alley, violent jets randomly bursting into the air. There is a scramble in the alley and you spot the figure who was being attacked drop down the alley floor. Oh no! Then your vision instantly fills with pale liquid as a jet of coolant jumps out nearby, missing you but sending you spinning in 0G. After a few moments, you manage to steady yourself. As you do, you see a clear alley, the assailants having fled with one figure gliding towards you. I suppose you think that was clever? The man gives you a severe look. You like to break up fights you didn't start? He laughs. Boat's gonna eat you up. He shifts the large bags on his shoulder, weightless but unwieldy. In 0G, I was helping. The man laughs. Well, he shakes his head. Thanks, I guess. He kicks up and drifts past you. You watch the man go and then after a moment he stops and turns back. He rubs his forehead, looking down as he does. What is your deal anyway? He sighs. Maybe you're new here, but Hexport is no place for do-gooders. I know what it's like. To get beat up? The man shakes his head. Hexport's got real rough. Look, let's not hang around, alright? The man pats his chest. I'm Femi. He unshoulders one of the bags and pushes it towards you. Make yourself useful. Let's head. You get the strap of the bag over your shoulder and follow him through the docks, gliding past the concourse towards the connecting bridges. He gets down a side passage, looking back to check you are following. Then he stops at a docking bridge connecting to a dull green ship with yellow markings. You look out the viewing window at its odd catamaran-like shape, seemingly built from two separate hulls welded together. Symbol Crash, he says, and you assume that's the ship's name. Femi, you're bringing in strays? A young woman, brightly dressed and stretching as she glides, drifts into the passage. She glances at you. No offense. Nia. Femi shakes his head. This one. He squeezes your shoulder. Help me fend off some Hexports come, while you were busy sunning yourself. Nia raises an eyebrow. I'm sure you could handle them, big brother. Her glib response hides the flash of concern that passes across her face. You can't tell if Femi noticed. Nia turns to you. Thanks. She smiles sweetly. And I'm sorry for my brother. She shoots him a glance. Just in general. Nia. Femi murmurs. Enough now. He reaches over and takes the bag you were carrying. Nia rolls her eyes at you but stays silent. Packed hero wouldn't take this. Femi hefts the bag. I'm gonna load him back up. Maybe we'll find a use for them. He turns back to you. Thanks for the assist, sleeper. He nods firmly. Not what I expected. He slaps the bottom for the bridge door and kicks off along the docking bridge on his way to the symbol Crash. Nia looks at you with raised eyebrows. I hope my brother was joking. Or did you really help him? It was nothing. Humble and a hero, she laughs. Thank you. She looks back at the ship. My brother needs help more than he admits. It's okay. What do you mean? She tenses. I don't know if... She smiles a side smile. I shouldn't have said anything. She pauses, thinking, I want to ask you something. She takes a deep breath, then gives you a direct look. What is she building up to? Are you looking for a crew? For crew? She looks away. Sorry to be direct, but you seem like... Well, if you are on Hexport, maybe you are with a crew. She stops. I mean, maybe your crew needs a crew? Maybe you are looking? I am. She struggles to hide her smile. Nia looks back at the ship and then at you. Look, I'll be honest. Being on a crew with my brother is nice, but he is suffocating me. She frowns at her own bluntness. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? But he still sees me like one. She shrugs. I want to show him I can handle myself. I need experience. I need to run some contracts. He gives you a determined look. What do you say? Didn't I ask your brother? That is exactly the point. She shakes her head. No, you should not have to ask my brother. Her eyes glare with anger. She catches herself. Sorry, she pauses. I'm a good salvager, alright? You can use me, she smiles. I can spot things, find gaps, ways in. She folds her arms across her chest. I know what I'm doing. Femi taught me well. She glances back at the ship. Just consider it, alright? Let me prove myself. Suddenly, a shout from the ship echoing down the passage. Femi. He makes both of you nervous. Nia looks in his direction. I should go. She pushes off towards the docking bridge. I'll be waiting. Nia gives you one last glance as she departs, then Lee disappears into the docking bridge, leaving you alone in the passage. Yay! We got a new crew! Endure. No! Our endurance is bad. Oh, I need to get exactly 4. Okay. Yeah, we don't have enough money for the... Nope, I'm not gonna eat at the canteen. Oh, I know what I gotta do then. Oh, neutral outcome. Oh, I didn't notice the stress thingy because it was covered by the camera. Whoopsie! I guess I could get some cryo. Yeah, I think we could go get some cryo. Let's sleep for a bit, I think. We need to eat in a bit now. Ow! Oh, we got some good stuff. Nope. Need more moolah. Okay, we got plenty of money. Don't need that. There we go. Fuel is complete. Ow, ow, ow. You've used all your energy and now starving. While starving, you gain 1 stress per cycle and any. Okay. It's fine. Starving. I am now starving. +9. Now time to buy some 45. Oh, we're starving already anyway, so ow. You just gained some stress. As your stress increases, you will have a higher chance of taking damage to your action dice each time you roll them. Okay. Let's go sleep for now. Or I could cook. Make a meal. Ta-da! It's in the cycle. Yes, we were starving. I need to gain more moolah. Wait, let me try. We're running out of moolah, guys. Oh, 100% positive. Nice. Good job, good job. There we go. We don't have enough money, but we have enough like all this. Fuel and supplies. So let's go here, gain some money. Oh, Junie's not a... yeah. Okay, travel to contract. Confirm the crew. Confirming! Let's go! This is the first time we're gonna go... It's pretty good, but there's plenty of reading. It's making me go thirsty. It's a drone. Surfing spots the signal source first, the light barely shimmering off its stark hull plating. A design trait that betrays its covert use. A flash catches your attention, and you see a rent in the hull, through which red lights pulse. Wounded, Surfing shakes his head. Wish they'd finish the job. You've seen one before? Surfing looks back over his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before. Don't you? Sorry. I know it isn't your fault. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one in a dark side bay. Though it was barely a shell, disarmed and deactivated, he had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps, and it had its core ripped out. He pushes the ship closer. This one is still alive. Conway. Nia kisses her teeth. Corporates come. You glance over at her and see the fire in her bright eyes. They don't even dare to come here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. She shakes her head. Typical core-bred cowards. Run into them before? She glances at you. You might say that. She looks out at the drone. You won't see me taking my eyes off that thing for a second. Seraphine carefully guides the ship closer. You watch the drone. System is full of these things now. Running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt though. Maybe it got hit during a run-in with Senate stat mercs. It looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out, but look there. He jabs a finger towards a red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting, and maybe even receiving. Can it attack us? Unlikely. Seraphine smiles. Would have blasted us already if it could. Comforting. Nia looks nervous. Seraphine brings you even closer. What I remember from the dark side job is that the central core and the broadcast array need to be shut off to kill these things. Core will turn off local systems and the broadcast array will sever the link with the convoy operators. Seraphine's walls, but you can bet those systems are protected. Can't we blow it up? You see any torpedoes on this rig, Sleeper? Seraphine laughs. We've got to shut it down by hand. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone, like a tremor running along its length. This thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper. He frowns. We go slow and careful, and we don't touch anything we don't know about. He turns back to Nia. You hear that? I got you. She looks sincere. Seraphine brings the rig to a stop close enough for you to cross through open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down to the airlock to prepare. As you get suited up, you think of the corporate war taking place in the inner system, the war that this drone was driven from. Out here, on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is that this flotsam and jetsam drifting in with the tides and orbits of the system might, one cycle, bring the war with it. For now, the belt is outside of its reach, but looking at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you much comfort. Welcome to your first contract. While on a contract, you will be able to assign 2 dice for each crew member as you would assign your own dice. Pay attention to the crew skill to use them effectively. On certain outcomes, crew will take crew stress. When their stress is full, you will no longer be able to use them to perform actions. While on contract, your energy bar will automatically be supplied for each cycle that you have available supplies. When your supplies are depleted, both you and your crew will take 1 stress per cycle. Contracts also have their own contract stress. When this bar is filled, the contract will fail. Good luck. Wow. Can I take a look at my my fellow people? Oh. Oh, there's a thingy. That was a fun one. Come on, positive. Hey, neutral. Okay, positive, positive. Yee! Positive or neutral, please. Oh, positive. During a contract, you can use your push ability once per cycle to give you an edge in a tricky situation. Pushing accrues 1 stress but will give you a key advantage based on your chosen class. You can see your current push configuration by pressing L3. Press again the trigger to push. Your push cannot be used at the hub, but when at the hub, it can be upgraded and configured in the character screen. Gotcha. Ow! You messed up! You dum-dum. He messed up as well? Oh, come on! Are? It didn't change. Oh, it becomes 3 now. Do not mess up. See? Don't mess up. Good thing for me. Okay, now. Oh, we cannot recover. Okay, and cycle. You have taken damage to a dice because of stress. When your dice are rolled at the start of the cycle, your stress dictates if it takes damage or not. Higher stress means a higher chance of damage. The white markers above the stress bar tell you which numbers will damage your dice when rolled. Okay. Okay. +2. We can finish this thing off. Oh no, we can't yet. You hear the bleeping immediately. Among the chambers and cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys? Nia's voice comes hissing through the suit's comm channel. Does anyone else hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Oh no. Are we screwed? I can't be sure. Seraphine has dropped his voice, so whisper either this thing is about to send out a distress call or it's about to blow. We've got to shut the system down fast. Then we move on to the other side, Becca, because I bet you there's a surprise waiting for us there. We good? Am I heading back to the ship or what? We're good. We keep going. Take a moment in silence. Alright, time to deal with this fast and get over to the other side and this side. Oh no. Okay, fine. Ooh! But the problem is... Nope. We don't. in cycle. A bit. Ice, a bit. Ace, a bit. But we'll be fine. One more. %100% positive. Oh, there we go. Oh no, we gotta still do this thing. It becomes neutral. Oh, it's neutral. Okay, okay. There we go. The thrumming, pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across at Seraphine and Mia and share a smile. You all exhale so loudly it can be heard over the suit's shared comm channel. The drone is dead. One less piece of convoy doo-doo to worry about. Nia grins. We killed it. Don't get too excited. It was looking pretty rough when we got here. You make your way back out to the hull. The drone now faintly rolls in one direction. It stabilizes offline. Nia catches up with you as you glide towards the rig. We make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. We do. Nia grins widely. She punches you on the arm playfully. You reach the rig's airlock and take one last look at the drone's dark hull. It catches the light as it rolls in the vacuum. At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids off the belt, spread across this place as twinkling dust. The thought pleases you, as does the thought of all that cryo hexport now owes you. Time to go collect. We can go home. The contract is concluded. You can now leave via the map. Ha 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 ha. Goodbye. You can now travel back to the hub. Once you leave, you will not be able to return. -5 stress during travel. After docking at Hexport, Seraphine lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Glad to have you. Nia smiles an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work. Seraphine smiles no matter how we pull it off. It's hard not to agree, and it feels better when the Hexport courier comes with a lock box full of chits. Lane may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Oh no, it's Femi, is his brother. Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go off to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. Femi's fuming. Did they now? He turns to you. Well, if you're working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Well, Nia looks away. Well, I asked so. Oh, so they aren't paying you. Seraphine crosses his arm. Let's keep this civil. You realize this is the first time he is meeting Femi. If we are civil, seems like Nia is owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. You grab a quarter of the chits from the lockbox and hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. Alright then, Femi leaves. We're good here. He turns to leave. Nia mouths sorry and follows Femi across the docks. Seraphine watches them go. You sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper. He shakes his head. He turns away and heads back to the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up a stack of cryo short when we need to get out of here. Oh well. You just completed the drive and earned an upgrade point. Okay. Do we have a new contract? No contract! I think we need to do the thing. You. Wait. Our endurance is pretty low, so we can't do that thing. Wait there. Our cycle is halfway there. Oh no! My controller fell. Oh no. $194. Do we try to go do this thing? Like, I can save, like auto save? Oh man, this is so annoying. So we could go there and get all this crap, but I'm honestly not sure what to do. Fine, let's get her. Even though it feels weird to have her, but fine. I don't know if this is a good idea. The Solheim derelict fills the cockpit windows, all twisted plates and skeletal strutwork. You watched it in horror and fascination as Seraphine completed the approach. Both of you silent in the presence of this decaying beast. Now, as you settle beside it, Seraphine is the first to break the silence. That thing is already dead. He shakes his head. It's a corpse, Leaper. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. I touch this thing too hard, it'll crumble into dust. Let's not do that. Seraphine does a little mock salute. Aye, aye. He rolls his eyes. Any other tips? Take us up there, that's the bridge. Junie points towards one end of the ship, and both you and Seraphine turn around and having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. He glances at both of your bemused faces. What? She looks away. Sorry, that's where we need to go. The orange cat is here. Do you wanna sit on my lap? Neko Tantan. Neko. Sit on the lap. I am asking for you to go here. Come on. It's nice. Nope, not having a problem. He's noisy. Nico. Oh well, he doesn't want to sit on the lap. Okay. Sorry, that's where we need to go. She stops pointing. Seraphine nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. The bridge would be a good start. To the bridge, then. Seraphine nods and brings the ship under control. Let's do it. Seraphine takes control of the ship, avoiding the debris field closer to the center of the wreck. He settles in position near a protrusion at the far end. This is as far as I'll go. Seraphine taps at the anchoring controls. You should be able to anchor the ship to those plates. You hear Junie begin to protest from behind you, but it is too late. Seraphine fires two python-tip anchor lines at the nearest solid hull plates. The pythons slam into the plates, and despite their solid appearance, they instantly shatter. The fragments spin out across the wreck, slicing into other plates and building a spiraling storm of debris. Oh no. Oh no! Seraphine nudges the ship back and steadies it as the debris cascades across the surface of the wreck. The damage seems mostly superficial, but it underlines just how fragile the derelict is. Let's not do that again. Junie glances between the two of you. The data core will be very fragile. We've got it. Seraphine snaps. He angrily unclips from his seat. Last thing I need is a backseat driver. He kicks off and glides past her into the corridor. Let's go. Of course. He follows Seraphine down the passage and Junie close behind. As he reaches the airlock, he is already angrily suiting up, his frustration evident. Keep your cool. Seraphine looks up. Yeah. He glances at Junie. No hard feelings, right? He checks the seals on his shoulder, but this is a job, not a social event. The rest of the preparation process takes place in tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You suit up too, though you don't need a helmet to breathe. You slide one on and lock the seals for protection. The wreck isn't going to give up its salvage easily. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it, but there's a lot of wreck here and there might be good salvage tucked away in the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle the lock and stare out at the vast expanse of the twisted hull before you. Time to go to work. Why did he get stressed? Oh, it's because... He's pretty useless. I just... Oh, there. Thank goodness you're useful now, lady. No, no, not me. Oh, thank goodness. Extract raw scrap. Oh no! The contract stress has triggered a crisis. A crisis will add 1 contract stress per second. Oh no. Oh, there's the crisis. Oh, great. No! Ow, ow, ow. Oh, isn't that great? I've got 1. Oh, we get some scrap. We get some scrap. Can I throw away those? I can throw away those annoying dice. Their crisis. This is a very bad idea, guys. I'm so annoyed that we cannot, use the thingy. Oh, thank goodness. Our dice are much, much better now. Are Junie! Oh, this is not good. Ow. There's 2 crises now. The bridge of the derelict lies silent. The pale beams of your suit lamps catch rows of terminals and clouds of glittering dust. Wires waves like seaweed, and the whole scene appears as if underwater, chaotic but still. Junie glides past you, disturbing the dust and taking you by surprise as she does. She has been a stoic presence so far, but in this moment she seems drawn forward by some force of curiosity. You watch as she bats away debris, checking her terminals. What are you doing? Junie doesn't seem to hear you, or at least is ignoring you. She's already prying an access panel off one. She turns back to the and finishes spraying up the. Then quickly she reaches inside, fishing around for something. Her hands comes back out with a waving cable, topped with a thick connector. As soon as she sees it, she slips a keyboard-sized deck out from somewhere on her person. She runs her hand across the back until she finds the right ports and slots in the connector. All of this happens in a few seconds. The routine, practice, and precise. It is not that hard. It is hard not to be impressed. Not your first Solheim ship? She glances at you, a nervous look on her face. Does she think you are accusing her of something? She shakes her head and goes back to work. Oh no. Uni's fingers tap away, the terminal screens flashing with blocks of color and lines of code. It buzzes and vibrates, its long dead systems forced back into chaotic life. Then all at once it goes dark. The terminal is dead. What are you doing? She looks up at you as if she was just waking from dream, looking for something useful. Useful for the contract, that is. A map of the ship, plans, you know? The cradle with the data core can't be far. I'll start looking. What do you think of Junie? The kid, you know better than me, keeps to herself. I have to admit, it's nice to be back working, especially now that we're the ones who will reap the benefits. Feels good to be taking our fate into our own hands. I know it's pretty rough there, but back on Hexport and out here, we're just as likely to get shredded by debris as find that data core. But aren't you glad we make a break for it? I mean, I am. I'm glad too. Okay, you better be. I didn't give up that little dark side cupboard I was living in for nothing. Look, once we got a bit of space behind us, once we've gone the distance, if we even manage to get that far. Don't feel you owe me. I'm no charity case. You want us to go our separate ways? Fine by me. Just do me the favor of telling me to my face. That won't happen. Seraphine nods but doesn't respond. After a moment, he shines his torch out into the dark, checking the rows of terminals all across the bridge. You watch the glittering dust as it eddies in the beam. Let's get to it. You watch as he crosses the bridge, his torch probing the dark corners. You feel a chill run through your body as you imagine the people that once ran the ship. The Solheim crew, surely long dead. What was it like here before the collapse? When the system was the jewel in Solheim's crown? It's impossible to know. That history is lost to you now. All you can do is pick what you can from the ruins. We're still staying here? Oh, come on! There's so many crises going on. Well, and we don't even have an engineer. It's gonna go kaboom. We have to leave the area. It's gonna go kaboomy. Oh well. The next time it's gonna go kaboom. I think we need to go. Yep. Uh-oh. Ta-da! We fail. This is a horrifying lurch. You are sent spinning through the bay you were crossing in a hail of debris. You watch as the side of the bay silently tears open in front of you. A gaping black maw, toothed with flying debris. You stare into it, your breath heavy in your ears, your eyes wide open. And suddenly, you feel a tug on your back. You tether. As you spin back from the sudden arrest of your glide, you see Seraphine holding onto the other hand, reeling it towards him. We have to go, Sleeper. His voice comes urgently over the comms channel. This place is done. You both make your way up through the splitting derelict in silence, charting a path through what were once passages but are now twisted tubes, like the intestinal tract of some dead creature. Eventually, you make it out of the surface and find the rig still tethered but gashed with debris and scars. You and Serafin exchange concerned glances. We're going to pay for this. He looks over the damage. Let's hope she still flies. You tether together and push off the hull, Serafin guiding you through the debris. Below you, the derrick is exploding in slow motion, tearing apart into a swarm of razor-edged shards. All this in no car. Now the rig's torn up too. You don't have much to offer in answer. He's right. It seems that the hub was a disaster. Just hope it isn't terminal. It's gone. Ginny's voice coming through faintly over the comms. She must have been already on the ship. The whole ship is falling apart. Contracts to bust. Oh no, what a waste. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. As you arrive into Hexport, Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. I need to speak to both of you. On the journey back, you notice a change in Junie. A hardening, and now she seems very different from the nervous hacker you first brought with you. I know we failed to extract the core, but I wanted to be honest with you about why I came to you. I don't work for Karsten. Perhaps that was obvious. And I didn't want to bring him the core. You and Serafin exchange glances. You would have taken it? She looks away. I don't know, Sleeper. Yes, perhaps I would have. But I also would have spoken to you. Explained myself. Do you know how many of those cores are left intact? Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow. In the ruins. Nakutan! You come here. Oh, Kitty. The orange nipple. You just stay there. You rest there. You sit on my lap. I will give you some cuddles and some hugs and some pets. The neko niyan is so. And yet we know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got here when others like them, like Senextat and Conway, are descending on this system? The station and most of the other habitats of the belt are built on a Solheim foundation. She frowns. Yet we are too busy scavenging them to take the time to look for answers. Men like Karsten want nothing but the raw materials of the core like the one we lost. She shakes her head. We can do better. We could learn our history and how this system was settled. We could better learn the technology we built our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends. She meets your eye. We could see beyond survival towards something else. Yes, she does, Alberto. You have never seen Junie speak like this, and you realize that what you have taken for nervousness was actually control. This, the person in front of you, mourning a data core, is the real Junie. Not that it matters. You glance at it. It's all lost now. Keep your honesty. It's worthless to us. He completes the landing protocols and begins shutting the rig's engines off. We don't have time for confessions. Junie looks crestfallen. Karsten won't come for you if that's what you're worried about. He's ignorant and stubborn, but he isn't vengeful. That is not what we're worried about. Serafin gives her a pointed look. You tell Junie about the feed lines Karsten has, and about you and Serafin fleeing something, and that you can't run any further without them. Junie nods along, her eyes darting back and forth as if she's trying to calculate something in her mind. Serafin turns to you. If you have any bright ideas on how to get those feed lines, now would be the time, Sleeper. There's another way. I could help you steal the feed lines. She stares at both of you with determination. We could do it together. Serafin looks at you with raised eyebrows. It seems he's noticing the change in Junie too. Karsten is an idiot. I can hack his security and you can pull them out there. She looks at you. You seem tough. We can do it. Why help? Junie looks between the two of you. Hexport hasn't exactly been kind to me. You two trusted me even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I want to repay it. Hello, Ruka! Same as mine right now. She's been more clingy. She might be in heat like she will not leave me. Yes, that's what they do for me. Not to mention that Karsten is probably ripping you off even if you get enough cryo. What's to say he won't raise the price? Trust me, he's no good. I was trying to deal with Karsten to get those derelict coordinates from the moment I arrived here, and he ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Seraphine is watching her closely, even if I do take you at your word, which, given everything, seems a little tough. How do we even do this? He raises an eyebrow. You're telling me we just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get it. You don't trust me. She pauses. But what if I have a vested interest in this working out? There's nothing left for me here, and I don't feel like hanging around waiting for Karsten to figure out my involvement in all this. I need safe passage. You need the feed lines, granted. She owes herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? Serpent sighs. I don't like it, but it makes sense. What do you think, Sleeper? We all get something. Exactly. Let me prepare. I'll head to Factory Row, scope the place out, meet me there, and we can work out a plan. She glances between the two. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple, clean. Let's get to it. Okay then, Junie smiles. Trust me, this is going to work. I'll go scope out the bay we need in Factory Row. We should split up. Less likely for Carson to suspect us. Meet me there in a few, and we can finish setting up. Junie unclips her seat, floating. I want to show you I can be trusted, that we can do this. She looks between the two of you. Believe that, please. And with that, she slips away from the passage towards the airlock and hexport beyond. You look at Seraphine. I'm saying nothing, Sleeper. He unclips from his seat too. Either this is the kind of mess you have to go through to get out of the other side, or it's the kind that you never escape. Either way, we're in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lines of hexport and wonder if anything in the Starward belt ever runs smoothly. Like, look, we only have one more day. If we don't, we're gonna be dead. One more! There you go. The sound of fist on keyboard wakes you from the scrolling code on the terminal screen. You turn to see Junie, a rare half smile on her face as she floats cross-legged with her deck in her lap. The blue light of the snap-on screen makes her eyes glint with a glittering excitement. Got him. She shoots you a look. Carson's whole system is mine. You push away from the terminal to glide over to her screen. Running the mapping protocol now. I want to know about every little dusty corner of his network. Nice work. Hold on, we aren't there yet. It's coming up now. Seems Karsten is pretty paranoid. This whole system is iced over with some serious security. What are all these layers of? Red pulse flashes across her face, changing her features as it does. Oh no. Something is closing the port. We need another red flash and her screen goes blank. Oh no. We've been kicked out. She is rapidly shaking her head. There's no way a salvager's shop should have that kind of countermeasure. That's it? We're locked out? It seems so. I think our friend Carson is involved in some nasty stuff. She rubs her forehead in thought. Wait. Her fingers fly across the keyboard, her screen flickering with commands. A complex node graph assembles on the screen, a mess of interlocking connections. The mapping protocol did enough. All the security systems are there. She indicates a dark section of broken connections. We didn't get what's here, but it seems like we found some kind of archive. Nothing we want. So, what now? Junie pulls out a thumbnail drive out of her many pockets and slots it in the deck. Time to train my cat. Identify the program. Ooh, minus this. I don't know. Super, I don't know. You watch the codes spilling across the screen and notice the addresses from the node map being marked as logged. As you watch, you see that the cat identifies weaknesses, marks node with multiple connections and fragile structures. It is making a plan of attack. Junie is going to blast Carson's network apart with raw data. Junie sees the look of recognition in your eyes, and I thought I could show you something new. She looks impressed. I call it a cat zen jammer. CAT for short. Give it the map of a network and an entry port, and it'll flood the system with raw data and network noise. Any tech connected to it gets a killer headache. I built it to take the remnants of Solheim's security systems out of commission of all derelicts. I had one too many close calls. What will do to Carson's shop? Pretty much pry anything on our map, cameras, shutter controls, alarms, it'll be pure chaos. She plucks the thumbnail drive out of her deck and pulls it over, the cat head sticker on it catching the light as you turn it in your fingers. We've still lost access, of course. Junie turns back to her screen, bringing up another node map, but there's an old Solheim port from the original facility just outside Karsten's. Slot the cat in there and it should be able to find a back door. What are we waiting for? Nothing but... She looks away. This isn't going to be quiet. His whole system is going to get data blasted. It's not a subtle hack. When you slot the cat, you get in, grab the feed lines, and run. Sounds like one hell of a risk. Seraphine's voice catches you both by surprise and he slips into the dark and empty unit. Well, it is our best option. And where will you be while we run the gauntlet of scrambled security and make the grab? I can monitor how it goes down remotely, from here or the ship. Seraphine gives you a look. You can tell he's finding it hard to trust Junie after everything. I trust you, Junie. She smiles a thin smile. Thanks. But I'll find somewhere else to work from, close to the ship, but out of your way. Junie shoulders her bag and glides to the door. When you're ready, slot the cat and go. By the time you are back at the ship, I'll be there. Don't leave without me. The whole of Hexport is going to hear about this. We better be ready to go the moment you slot that thing. This is what we have to do. Seems like it. I'll be at the ship preparing the engine. We need to be ready to fit the lines as fast as we possibly can. Be careful, don't stop for anyone or anything. And don't even think about looking back. Thanks for the mula. Inputting plot cats and jammer. Hey. Arson's place is locked up for the cycle. Shuttered down, alarms on. The denizens of Factory Row sneaking past the deliveries and work orders. You hold your position opposite the shop and take a deep breath, waiting for a sign that this is going to work. You look at the thumbnail drive with its shimmering cat sticker sticking out of the old Solheim access port. You imagine the flow of data as the Katzenjammer seeks for an entry point into Karsten's system. Think of Ginny, tucked away near the ship, watching it through the public networks. You think of Seraphine deep in the engine room off the rig. Hurry the hell up, you think. Enough waiting. Then you hear it, a pulsating white nose fluttering, and then screaming out of Karsten's shop. The shutter scissors up and down, the lights pulse, the alarm gurgles in confusion. For a moment, you're stunned in stillness. People stop in the street and then turn to look at the shutter monitors burnt down the cascade of sparks and acrid smoke. Now or never. Oh, neutral outcome. You skirt around the people watching, using them as a perimeter. They are pointing and talking, some of them laughing while others look concerned. You confidently push past them and glide inside without looking back. It takes you a moment to gather yourself in the chaos of the shop. The wall-mounted screens scream out white noise, and the flickering lights make it hard to concentrate. But you keep your focus. You scramble over to the feed lines in the window, grabbing the bundle with both arms. They wave widely in your grasp as you wrench them away and kick off from the counter, gliding back out in the passage. Your arcing glide takes you into the crowd. You steer yourself through a gap in the gathering bodies and kick off hard towards the port. The feed lines wave wildly. but you grip them hard to your chest and don't look back. Seraphine better be ready! Your arms ache from clutching the feed lines, but you don't loosen your grip until you see the entrance to the docking bridge. Sleeper! You almost ignore the call until you realize you recognize the voice. Junie glides out to meet you, her hand on your shoulder guiding you towards the bridge. I'm with you now. She shoots you a glance. What a show, huh? She laughs nervously. It was certainly loud. He smiles a little. Wish I could have seen the cat in action. You both glide down the docking bridge, Junie helping you with the trailing feed lines. From what you can tell, news of the chaos in Factory Row has not reached the port yet. You feel a flush of excitement as you enter the ship's airlock. This is it! You did it! You try to keep focused, but the elation makes your hands tremble. You take a sharp turn in the central passage of the ship and make your way to the engine room. The field lines now unwieldy in the cramped space. Seraphine is waiting for you, shaking his head. Looks like we're in business. He lets out a sigh, and on the run from two different people now. Are we gonna keep on gaining people to run away from? He grabs the feed lines. I'll take it from here. He quickly begins the process of connecting the engine to the subsidiary fuel tank. You watch, catching your breath as he works. How about you make yourself useful rather than just making me nervous? Seraphine says without looking up from his work. Go close the airlock and disconnect the bridge. You and Junie glance at each other. Both of you. Now. Seraphine calls. The two of you turn and make your way up the passage, your nerves settling now. You arrive at the airlock and reach for the control panel. Then you see him. Oh no, Karsten. Karsten! Coming up to the docking bridge. Fast. Close the airlock! Bye! Your hands dance across the controls, imputing the closure sequence in seconds. The door hisses and closes before Karsten even makes it to the end of the bridge. You catch one glimpse of his retreating figure before the docking bridge shutters scissor closed, blocking him from the view. You hear a clunk as the clamps disengage. You are free. Seraphine rushes past, gliding up the passageway from the engine room. Come on, get yourself strapped in. You and Junie silently follow him, your head spinning, your thoughts racing. You slip into your seat as Seraphine punches in the departure sequence. The rig begins to pull away from Hexport. Seraphine's hand on the controls. You close your eyes and feel the force of the thrusters firing. Goodbye! With 1 day to spare. Escape Hexport before Lane finds you. Woo! Let's go! What the? Seraphine's quiet question interrupts your thoughts as the rig cuts across the belt. Hexport is now behind you, drifting out of visual range. Its glinting lights now just part of the background glow of the belt's thousands of reflective bodies. Whatever trouble you stirred up there, it has surely been left behind. Which is why Seraphine's muttering is worrying you. What's up? Seraphine turns. There is a transmission coming out of Hexport. Some kind of evac order. Let me check this. Sleeper. The voice, as distorted as it is, cuts through you. Lane, oh no, he's running after us. I know you are there. Is that coming from Hexport? Seraphine glances at you confused. Is what coming from Hexport? Give me a second here, Sleeper. I'm getting a wide channel broadcast. They are warning people to alter their course away from the station. You are slipping away. A squawk of noise, but we can't have that. I take this personally, Sleeper. A sharp intake of breath. After all my investment, all my care expended upon you, this is how you repay me. At least we're heading away. Maybe it's just a precaution. I see a little something glinting out there. Lane continues. Could that be you? Sleeper? You hear Seraphine calling out, but you don't move, you don't breathe. All you hear is Lane's voice. You unclip from your restraint, drifting forward towards Seraphine. He gives you a wild look. Something isn't right. You don't feel right. A numbness grows in your body. Like he can talk to us? Like telepathy or something? Your fingers flexing without your input. You reach out towards Seraphine. No, not you. Something reaches out to Seraphine through you. Attention flickers in his eyes. Fear? A hissing silence, then a rumbling blast. All at once the rig screams, systems seizing in electromagnetic paralysis. All at once the rig shifts, carried on some shockwave of light, pain, then darkness. Oh no, what just happened? Voices echo warmly through your mind. You can't quite make out what is being said, and any attempt to focus causes a growing flare of pain. So you let them fill the air, unidentifiable and soft. You're floating, and so you cannot yet feel your body or its weight. The feeling is pleasant, soothing, and yet the moment you realize this, it begins to fade. Something spasms in your fingers, and you flick it away. A sensation crosses the sole of your foot, and you kick your leg. A weight settles itself in your chest. You are awake. You open your eyes to light playing across a surface patterned with stained cushioning. You are alone. The voice is replaced by the hum of air cycling, the distant clacking of maintenance system. You are alone, and this is not your ship. Wait, where did the other two go? You jerk upwards against the strap that hold you loosely to the berth, suddenly confronted with the last things you remember, an overwhelming numbness, and below it, an insipid and animating force creeping through your mind. You pull up the straps and free yourself, floating up into the small habitation room, cushioned and warm. Your mind racing. What happened? You search back and remember only Seraphine's shout, the sudden acceleration of the rig, and then darkness. A chill runs through you. Cold light fills the air, fills the room, and you float over to the dark square of the window. You see stars, the bright pinpricks of drive trails, and skeletal docking bridges. This is a station. A sudden hiss draws your attention to the door, which slides open with a puff of equalizing pressure. Oh, a new one. The entering figure jumps as they see you are awake. You're up. They hesitate in the doorway. Where's Seraphine? Your friend, right? They laugh nervously. I'm not really sure. He headed out a while ago. I'm Bliss. They shrug, not sure of what to add. Your crew are out. Sorry they brought you here. Can you prove it? They look confused. Not really? They laugh. This is my room. They glance around. Not much I know. We are in my repair bay on the far spindle, if you know where that is. In the belt? Yeah. They smile sympathetically. In the belt. You look around at the room again. Come on, let's go somewhere a little more comfortable. They hold out a hand. You're safe here, don't worry. You follow them out in the corridor, gliding behind them. They move with the ease of someone who was either born in zero-G or has spent most of their life in it. They guide you to an enclosed balcony where heavily scratched, thick acrylic windows look out onto a chaotic-looking wet dock. At the center of the dock is the rig, scratched and worn, but still your ship. It's a reassuring sight. So, what happened? Your ship. You were lucky I heard your distress signal. You sense they're holding something back. I guess that expensive long-range array I was tricked into buying finally paid off. Well, at least for someone. You were out cold when I got there, and have been for all the cycles since. Your friend wasn't in great shape either, but he bounced back fast. I make a habit of doing that. Seraphine's voice makes you spin around. Good to see you up. He can't suppress his smile. Are you okay? He smiles. Don't start fussing over me, sleeper. I'm good. Your eyes fall to Seraphine's bandaged abdomen. He notices and pulls his jacket over the wound. Certainly looks better than when you came in. You should have seen. Bliss abruptly stops after Seraphine glares in their direction. Here. Seraphine pulls a few chits out of his pocket. Catch. He slings them over to Bliss. That's all I could get for now. Working? In your condition? Seraphine sighs. Please, I'm fine. Bliss looks at you apologetically. I know what it looks like, but I'm sorry I can't work for free. Keeping this place going is bad enough. I get it. Surfing nuts, we're just thankful you towed us in. We aren't freeloaders. Bliss looks between the two of you. I'll let you two catch up. I'm glad you're awake. We were worried. They pat you on the shoulder and glide back down the corridor. I didn't know his Bliss pronoun is they. So I don't know. Super. Where's Junie? She's probably on the ship working on that deck of hers. She's been useful. Not sure we would have got the distress signal out without her. What do you remember? He looks at you. Lane. Seraphin grimaced at the mention of his name. Lane? Seraphin looks out at the rig. He takes a breath, steeling himself for what he has to say. Hexport is... It's gone. What do you mean gone? It's gone. Ooh, he uses the same wordings as I am. Like, dead. Drop off the map. No signals apart from the ones sent from fleeing ships. I don't know what happened. No one does. Your mind skips, unable to focus on the information you have just been told. You think of the constant activity of the pens, the rumble of Factory Row, Karsten, gone. By the time Bliss reached us, we had drifted out of range. They couldn't have seen it go up, but I saw Sleeper. Something exploded, white hot. He rubs his arm, suppressing a shiver. A moment later, the shockwave was on us. The rig was crippled, engine kept firing, but guidance went offline, sending us arsing out across the belt. He drops a hand inside his jacket, pressing against the bandage on his side. I managed to get her under control, but not before we started spinning. My restraints came loose, and you weren't even strapped in, so we both got scrambled. Felt like being trapped in an auto wash. He turns back to you. I'm impressed you made it, to be honest. A flesh and blood human would have been smashed to pieces. He goes silent, the image of a little too raw for him to continue. Could it be to do with us? Sheriff shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. Would Lane do something like that? It doesn't make any sense. Utsubo is a gang. They run dark side. They don't go around blowing up stations. All anyone is seeing is debris and radiation. I picked up a lot of ship transponders before the rig went offline. Maybe some people got out. He stopped, unable to add in. We both floated so we lost our tail? Seems like it. At least that shockwave would have burned our trail out of the belt for now. Already owe Bliss for the work they did on the rig, and it isn't finished yet. A few more cycles, I've been told. Bliss won't hold us hostage, but I don't like to skip out without paying, even if we could get the rig started up. He rubs his necklace between his fingers. Bad karma. Beyond that, we need work, fuel supplies, and we need to make sure you are okay. He counts off the issues on his fingers. After that, I haven't heard of anyone coming after us. And if they did, they'd have to come through Hexport, or what's left of it. The far spindle's way out of Lane's territory anyway. They call this the bit of the belt, the wash. And the stations here run differently to dark side, so for now we have some freedom. Sir, freedom to go broke, starve, and get into even more trouble, that is. In all honesty, I was hoping you might have some ideas. I want to explore this place. The far spindle? There's plenty to see. This is the free station. No one faction holds control, so it's quite the circus. Just watch your step out there. Seraphin pauses and stares down. Look, Sleeper. I'm not sure I can work right now. I just got kicked out of a salvage yard for passing out on the job. Even with the pain meds, I've been able to scare up. I can fly, that's for sure. But you're going to need some crew if you want to do any serious work. I'm sorry. Don't be. Seraphin nods. Thanks, Sleeper. I'm going to take a rest on the rig. I'm wiped. You look out at the rig as he leaves, the warmth and softness of your waking moments now feeling like a distant memory. Is this what you wanted? Freedom? A chance to work for yourself? Not Lane? Well, here it is with all the problems and complications you could imagine. And at what cost? Could Lane have wiped out Hexport just to try and end you? You shiver at the thought. But if not Lane, then who? Theories cloud your mind. And push them away. Now is not a time for theories. You take a break, time to make a plan. You've gained some glitch. Glitch is a penalty you gain from repairing dice. And from Lane's attempt to hack your system. Oh. Your current level of glitch is represented by the glitch clock to the right of your dice. You can have a maximum of 6. Each level of glitch you gain will increase your chance of rolling a glitch dice at the start of the cycle. Each time you roll a glitch, the dice will clear 1 level of glitch. A glitch dice has an 80% chance of a negative outcome when used and a 20% of a positive. Oh! I don't want that. You find Junie in the airlock. Her small collection of things crammed into her bag. I was coming to see you, I promise. She looks nervous. I was waiting for you to wake up, but Seraphin said you were okay, so... You're going? She looks away. I am. While you were out, I was doing some digging. It seems that core, the Solheim one, isn't the only one out there. I'm going to keep looking to find another one. I'm not giving up. But I'm going alone. You can help? No, look. After what happened with the rig Bliss saving us, we were all lucky to be alive. I think I'm better off alone. For now. Good luck, Sleeper, and tell Seraphine goodbye for me. What are you chasing? I know there's value. True value in the data. Sleeper, I know it. And He pauses again, unsure of herself. I have a project to continue. One I won't abandon. Maybe I can tell you about it another time. Well, see you around. You watch her drift away from the docking tunnel and into the far spindle with questions still bouncing around your head. Maybe if your paths cross again, you might be able to get some of them answered. The echo is just too noisy. Oh wow. Oh wow, this is huge. You glide through the pinnacle talks. You hear shouting echoing down a corridor. You tentatively change direction, your eyes fixed ahead as the passage widens out into a large bay. Others rush past you, heading towards the commotion. Your eyes are drawn by the vast viewing window, which is currently being spattered with glittering shards of ice. In front of it, a dock worker is shouting to anyone who will listen. Spacers! Workers of the far spindle, we need your urgent assistance. The water carrier Springtide has suffered heavy damage in its transit from Wellspring. He takes a breath. All able hands, we need you to help secure the cargo. Without this water, far spindle will struggle to support you. Please, any who are able to help, please make yourself known. A handful of experienced-looking spacers push through the crowds towards the front, and dock workers start to direct them to the nearby bridge. I thought she was punctual. I felt her paw like she wants to sit on my lap, but then she left. Nikutantan, why you do that? Why is the Nikutantan like that? Oh well, got back to the cave, I guess. You watch the scene unfold, hesitant in the face of making someone else's problem your own. hate that glitch. Oh, we just have to wait. A brief respite. Why is it always like... Oh, new location. I think the cycle again. You awaken to the sound of blaring proximity alarms. You quickly unstrap from your bunk and dizzily glance around. Lane, bounty hunters kick off and glide to the door. As you do, Bliss pops their head around this corner. Sorry. They look around a little sheepish. In all honesty, it's not my fault. Your wiring's all backward. It takes you a moment to understand what's happening. Steady yourself against the door frame. Sorry, I'm just a little jumpy. I get it. Didn't mean to wake you. It takes you a while to get ready and drift down the mess to see what's happening. By then, Bliss has turned off the alarms. You find them unspooling wires from a hatch you'd never previously noticed in the mess ceiling. Sorry again, sleeper. Uh-huh. How are the repairs doing? Coming. Almost done, if you can believe it. A couple of cycles worth of diagnostics and I'll be happy enough to release her back to you. He looks between the two of you. What are you both doing up so early? What? You didn't hear the alarm? Heavy sleeper. Okay. Surfing looks down. Okay, what you doing? Oh, time to head out. I have something I want to show you. What now? Bliss leads you off to the main corridor into a corner of the ship you don't remember visiting before. You come into a room with low, sloped ceilings, a single round window illuminating some neat tool storage, and a workbench set into the wall. Look, I'm no specialist, but I'm a quick learner and good at repairs. And I think you have need of me. Can I take a look? Okay. They smile and lead you towards the workbench and turn your arm, looking at the tear from all angles. They reach over to the workbench and take a small sealant gun from the rack. You look at the setup. It's basic, but it's clean and well organized. They gently close the tear with sealant, pressing the edges together so it closes up neatly. After they are done, they release your arm. You can barely see the scar. See? I know it's more serious than a tear, but I can handle it. Here, they produce a couple of carefully machined pristine components. Was saving this for an important jump? I guess I just found it. Take them. When you are ready, come up here and we'll fix you up. These are a rare find though. In future we might have to do with something lower quality. You can find scrap components at most scrapper ships. Like that one that's hanging around the underhang. The better the components, the easier they'll integrate with your system. I'll do my best to keep you running. Thank you. Don't worry about it. You're a guest in my bay and I can have my guest bodies collapsing now, can I? Plus, I think it benefits me if you think of me as indispensable. I should get back to fixing the ship. Hey, we got a new friend. Dice repairs now. Okay. Oh, repair my dice. You can repair your dice at the rig workshop. You can only repair dice which are fully broken. Repair requires either scrap. Oh. Can't yet. It's not yet broken, so I need it to get broken. Okay, fine. I shall let you be broken then. Push through with this for now. Crap. Please let it be neutral or... Oh, there you go. You watch from the docking bay's viewing window as the crumpled vast hull of the Springtide is finally welded shut by a score of bright torches, flickering against its side. Everywhere I look, I see a crisis. The voice comes from beside you, and you turn to see a man floating there. Watching the repair work, you don't recognize him. I saw you out there, helping the crew. The fire spindle needs the water. You aren't wrong. I haven't seen you on the spindle before. What, if I may ask, is your business here? I'm running a crew. He nods. I see. Springtide is my ship. At least I am her captain. I do not own her. The Lotic Syndicate, my employer, was the one to put her into service. Why didn't you say so? Say earlier. I prefer to meet people as Malik first and as a captain second. You have my thanks for assisting with the repairs. We were caught by some autonomous Conway munitions. Ooh, good luck, Super. The Wellspring Run is getting more dangerous every cycle. And after Hexport, I do not expect things to improve. Tell me, as a sleeper, do you feel you have advantages over others? Or does your particular condition provide only weaknesses? Advantages, of course. Certainly, show this with your work on the Springtide. Your work on my ship only evidences your abilities. You far outperform even my own crew, in conditions that are usually deadly. Sadly, despite even your good work, our losses have been great, and the administration of the Far Spindle are not happy. We are to be impounded here until the Lotic Syndicate fulfills the agreed water freight. This war continues to pressure the belt. What will you do? This is where you are needed, Sleeper. My crew tells me you have a ship, you have workers. That is what I need. This is what I need. As we fled from the Conway attack, our navigator registered something of great interest. A water-rich asteroid. One I believe is previously unknown to the syndicates. For now, I have sworn him to secrecy. As I must you. But if this asteroid could be surveyed, its value confirmed, it would more than make up for the shortfall of the Springtide. I want you to survey the asteroid for me. It's a simple enough job, but its location so close to the edge of the wash is problematic. However, you have shown yourself to be very competent. If you're careful, there's no reason for you should have problems with Conway, or any other hostile party for that matter. And what do I get? I will, of course, reimburse you with a portion of the fee for the the Spire Spindle administration are withholding from me. 250 cryo is my offer. How will your employer feel about that? The Lotic Syndicate only cares that its water is delivered and its fees paid. I am free to make sure this happens in a timely and efficient manner, as I see fit. Here are details on the test I need you to run for the survey. A sample core of ice from deep within the asteroid should give you enough material to work with. You notice a member of Springtide's crew waiting quietly at the distance, and Malik's nods to them discreetly. This is a delicate matter, Sleeper. Survey the rock, and on your return, broadcast the results to my personal terminal. The frequency is in that data. The results go to me, only to me, then once the matter is resolved, you will be paid. I am needed, but I expect you have all you need. I have enjoyed watching your work, Sleeper. Impress me again. And with that, he bows a little and drifts away to meet his crew member. After watching him, you turn back to the Springtide, still impressive despite being scarred with curls of ice and shiny with fresh welds. You imagine any captain of a ship like that has been through a lot to get where they are. That makes them a valuable ally or a dangerous adversary, depending on where you are. You hope with Malik you can find your way to being the former. Oh. Neko. Since we can be an engineer. Yeah, that's good. That's good. The cycle. Ow, my neck. There was a crack on my neck. I stretched it. You jerk, suddenly awake. A fragment is lodged in your mind. A shred of sound, of signal, a tone. It resonates like tiny hiss. Obviously internal, inescapable. You look down to see your hands blurred, your fingers dancing as if they were typing. Settle them. Your fingers flap like caught birds. Take control. It takes all your focus to settle them. You force yourself back into them. A sensation like squeezing on a tight pair of gloves. You flex your hands a little to feel them, test them. What was that? You take a deep breath to calm yourself, but as you do, you are reminded that you don't need to breathe. It is a claustrophobic sensation that you cannot shake. You get up, push off the wall, pull on your clothes, anything to escape the dreams that hover there at the back of your mind. Seraphim drifts in casually, heading to his bunk to grab something. You can't shake the strange sensation that he has just drifted into your mind. He shoots you a glance. I said, "Are you okay? You look terrible." "Not really." "You need to talk to me, Sleeper. I know something happened back when we were leaving Hex Support." "The explosion?" "Not the explosion. I saw it, Sleeper. Saw something change in your eyes. They were cold." "Fixed. I've never seen that before. Back when we first met, I knew at once you were human. I knew because of your eyes. I'd never met a Sleeper before, but I knew immediately that you were no machine. It was obvious. But then on the rig, I couldn't see that anymore. I don't know what happened. What did it feel like? Try to identify it." You close your eyes and recall the moment. You remember Lane's voice, the rig hot and close, the numbness. And then you see it glittering in the non-space of your mind, thin and bright, like spider silk. A thread, a connection between your mind and something else. You open your eyes to Seraphim's expectant face to try to think how to describe what you just felt, but words fail you. Still, you felt it, the invisible hand of a signal, linked to your mind, and the thought makes you shiver. "We need to get you checked up. We need to know what's happening. This isn't just about you." "But where?" "I've been asking around. There's another station near this one. Flotsam." It's a mess, an accumulation of wrecks and dock ships, but it also houses some of the best artificers in the wash. We should go there as soon as the rig is ready. I'll think about it. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for me. Please. Look, I know I don't know what it is like to be a sleeper. I understand there are things you can't tell me, can't show me, but I do know how fear can keep you from doing what you need to do. I'm not going to nag you about it, but it needs to be done. Okay, feeling your body, strangeness, yes. Maybe Flossom is not such a bad idea. You push the thought to the back of your mind to cycle ahead and the rig isn't ready. When it is, then you'll see. Okay. Only batch of members can gamble. Okay. Nah. Get some mula. Anything else other than that? Oh, this is the underhang. There is something there. The spindle core. What do we get here? Oh, crew. Need that. Okay, here's the thing to refuel our fuel. Cupcakes! Order a whack. The freelancers of the Parts Video seems cagey, but spending enough time with the local and they'll warm up to you. Okay? Getting racked. Cupcakes. I'll get that later. Well, let's end the cycle for now. How does it feel to crack your neck? It's sometimes not good, sometimes it's okay. As you drift lazily down the ship's mess, you hear a raised voice, you still yourself for a moment at the entrance, then slip inside. Seraphin sit, Sokonada. Bliss meanwhile is flowing freely. I don't see why not. It's not like you have an alternative. We can get the cryo. It'll take time, but we can get it. That was the deal. Sleeper. Let's see what Sleeper thinks about it. About what? The rig's ready, Sleeper. I fixed it. Hell, I've improved it. She's purring thanks to me. Now, wouldn't you say, having done such an incredible job, I deserve to be paid properly for my work? A refit and retune like this would typically cost my clients hundreds of cryo, even if I was feeling charitable. See, I could make you pay, and maybe you could even scrape the cryo up, but not without taking a contract and taking the ship off station, leaving me in the lurch. We wouldn't do that. So I have a proposition, one that clears the debt completely. I will turn around the open sign on this little bay of mine and join up with you. You keep me in work, give me my split, and give me transit to wherever you are headed. I'll even keep this rig of yours working for free. What could be better than that? Us paying and being on our way with no hangers on? Tell them, Sleeper. Actually, we could use their help. See, Sleeper gets it. You can use my help. I'm an excellent engineer, a tidy mate, and a half-decent chef. I'm done with Far Spindle. I'm done taking not enough jobs for not enough cryo on a station where I know nobody. You're welcome. Look, we appreciate it, but we are on the run, Bliss. Trust me, you're better off here. Even telling you this could put you in danger. On the run? You expect me to be scared of that goofy doo-doo? It's true. The system is at war. The belt is spiraling into a crisis. Everyone's got something. I knew you were at Hexport. What happened there? Who's to say it won't happen here? I'm not sitting around watching this all play out any longer. Something has to give. Look, you've done your due diligence or whatever. You are on the run. I've been warned. I accept the risk. That's it. At the end of the day, your ship is clamped into my base. So unless you know my encryption protocols, there's not much left to discuss. They've got us there. Looks like we've gained a crewmate, but I'm moving to the engine room. Sleeper, welcome aboard. We're to take her next flotsam, but no, later. Sunmord, meanwhile, is the Helion Gate, and abandoned in Yay! We got a new crewmate! Force Spindle is an exhausting place to find freelancers. There's no shortage of spacers here. The corridors and bays throng with crew inbound and outbound, on or between contracts, trading stories, contacts, and materials. But whatever language, appearance, or code identifies someone as worth signing on with, you don't seem to have it. Perhaps it's because you're a new face or notably unsure. Or perhaps it's because you're just a sleeper. You push the thought to the back of your mind and instead focus on what's in front of you, the vast cylindrical tank at the center of Gaia's Gyre. The first time you entered the bar, you floated open-mouthed, much like all the new arrivals do, at the side of the huge kelp stack, the biggest you've ever seen. Even now, your eyes fixed on the fronts of seaweed that wave in the circulating water beyond the curve of dirty glass, you find it impressive. Hypnotic, isn't it? Eugene! I've heard talk you're hiring. And you are? Eugene, currently freelance. Served on a whole slate of crews out of the spindle, cutters, mercs, extractors. Broad skill set, good work ethic, sense of humor, the full package. Any references? You're running a crew or a corp. Ask anyone. They know Eugene is an honest worker. He taps twice above his heart with 2 fingers. I'll run anything out of the far spindle. I'm tough and quiet, and you won't need to worry about me. What kind of work are we talking about? Eugene, busy as ever, I see. Oh, Vesna. Too busy to keep in touch. I really don't like it when I have to come and find you. Vesna, do I look like I'm socializing? This is a meeting. Oh, a meeting! Is this what it is? Is that what this is? Yes, Vesna. We are talking about your delivery. In fact, my friend here is being very helpful. That's right. This sleeper has a unique ability to extract data. Exactly the kind of data you have been asking for. So if we can just get back to it, then I can deliver what you need. You know, Eugene, I'm pretty tired of this whole act. But in the end, it doesn't matter. You either deliver by the deadline or you don't. And when you don't, I'll be happy to take you through the consequences. Until then, chat to whoever the hell you want. So, you're about to hire me? What was that? Vesna? She's just trying to rush me, that's all. I won't be working with her again. Of course, I can talk about the particulars, you understand. Vesna just wants to scare you off. She likes to cause me trouble. Let's not let her. If you need crew, you need to work. If you need to work, you need cryo. Isn't that right? Is that right? Well, I can offer both. Hard work and a good contract with a good payout. You take me with you on this job of mine and we split the take. Hell, if you do, I'll consider signing on long term. Think of that, no more recruiting. What's the job? Salvage. I know of a wreck untouched by the local crews which recently turned up in the wash. It's just a little sunward from here, but its disabled transponder makes it invisible to anyone who doesn't know it's there. Had to squeeze the location out of the contact, but I'll share it with you for a straight split. Take me and your crew and we'll claim it all. It's going to be a good payout. A really good one. What's the catch? No catch. Happy to take the offer elsewhere? I just felt like you were the right one crafted for this. I'll be ready to go whenever you like. Also, as a show of good faith, I'll also fly out with you on any job from the far spindle. But I'm not leaving the station with you yet. Not till we get my job done first. Neko nyan, you might press the mute button. Neko nyan. Neko nyan. Neko nyan. There. Come here. Okay. After that, we can talk flying together. No need to rush it. Rush into it. Okay. Neko. Neko. Neko yan. Oh. Another... Back up! Ooh! Cadet? You see that? Tried to slam me into the wall. Uh-huh. Not supposed to be in the transit system without a vehicle. Not like I care, but maybe I do. Maybe you do? Right. So, what about you? What does this look like to you? You're new here, right? Is it that obvious? Nothing to be ashamed of. Let me give you a tip. Avoid the haulers. Okay? Especially the water haulers. They think they're better than anyone. Don't mess with the stevedores, though. They're good people. Get treated like juju by everyone. Oh, she just like us. They'll show you the shortcuts. And never ever get in a Spindlejack's way. Spindlejack? You're looking at one. Oh, you're a Spindlejack? Cadet, Stripline Express. Cadet, that's me. Stripline is my outfit. Kamal, the dispatcher, small outfit, but we punch above our weight. Dispatch is here in the Spindle score, but I run the transit tunnels up and down the Spindle 10 times a cycle. You need anything moving on the Spindle? Data, tech, messages, too hot for the hardline? Come find me. You're a courier? Got it in one. Okay, gotta hop, sleeper. You might be able to help me with something package that's been bothering me. Come to the office at Stripline in a few cycles and I'll show you. We'll call it a favor, an account of me saving you from being flattened by a hauler. Now, you better get out of here before another hauler tries to squish you. Okay? See guys, we've managed to explore this to the fullest. I don't want to gamble. Now we're just gonna have to go here. Ooh, this one. Oh well, it's better than... New location. Oh, another. Earn a meal. Impressing Nimba. Nimba's the business has been... okay. Oh. Oh, spindles thingy. Oh, work. But we're endurance, so that's weak. That's not good for us. Oh well, let's pretty much call it a day, guys. Because the Nekos are trying to, get my attention. So, yes. Their bird no see. So that's pretty much it for Citizen Sleeper 2 for today. It was a lot of reading, but it's pretty okay. The thing that made the reading much more easier is that the font is l- bigger compared to Rogue Trader, and it's not in like, you yeah, maybe they're hungry. I guess they want to eat. They've been after you for a while. Well, I think it's not hungry. I think they just want to, want some attention. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. Tomorrow I am offline because I got some stuff I gotta do. But I'll check if I'll am able to like stream in the afternoon. So I'm not sure, but we shall see. We shall see because I am not sure. But yeah. So, but yeah, thank you so much for being here today, guys. And, just wanted to say thank you to Marvin for the dono again. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, my brain is not braining. I guess it's from reading too much. But yes. Mm-hmm. I hope you have a wonderful off for today, Alberto. Go do some stuff. Go rest up. Go do some stuff that you enjoy and you rest up because that's what you deserve from working and doing some stuff. But yes, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I appreciate all of you guys being here and for spending some time with me because I know some of you guys still have like stuff you gotta do and but you guys are still here and some of you guys are resting up, but you guys also choose to spend your rest with me, so thank you so much. I appreciate it and I hope you guys enjoyed and you just had fun here at the stream and you were just able to, I don't know, maybe rest up or just relax and chill. But as always, before I go, I'd just like to remind each and every one of you to always please take good care of yourselves by eating healthily, staying hydrated with water, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, but most of all, taking good care of yourselves, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally, guys. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the support, whether that's gifting games, being part of the members, gifting memberships, giving some donations, and spending some time with me. I really do appreciate it, and thank you so much, guys. Especially for thank you, Marvin. Thank you. Yeah, especially when you guys, spend 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 some of your hard-earned money for me. It really means a lot because I know you guys worked hard for them and it's not easy, but you guys with your support is truly, really overflowing. So thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and it really makes me happy, glad, and like happy that I got you guys are here. So thank you so much, guys. You really are the best. And also thank you for always making stream and our community a safe place for everyone, and where everyone can pretty much just chill, have fun, and relax, and everyone's pretty much welcome. So thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate everything that you guys are always doing for me and the others. So you guys really are the best, and I am glad that I got to meet each and every one of you. Though I might not know you guys really that well, but you guys being here on the stream, being able to talk with you guys, spend some time, play some games and stuff. Really is the best. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I wish you well for whatever you still have for the rest of your day, whether that's school, work, or some chores, or if you're just gonna, like Alberto over there who's just resting, then I hope you're able to rest and just have fun and get your energy up. Neko towns! They're going crazy, guys. But yeah, and yeah, whether it's day or night in your end, I hope you will continue to have a wonderful day. If it's nighttime, I hope you guys are able to rest up well so you have energy for tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I'll be tomorrow. If I am, it's just gonna be a surprise stream, but most likely during the afternoon. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. I'll see you guys onto the next stream. Bye, everyone. See ya.